Girl, it's your boy. I don't even know at this point. I'm so damn irritated, stressed, horny, all the fucking things, girl. I just got through cleaning. Looks like I'm at to clean again. Y'all know how Madea did on Medea's family reunion, the play, girl. How she flipped over them tables because she was hungry. Girl, that's exactly what I did. I done flipped over everything to look for my goddamn phone because I forgot. I thought my phone was lost, girl. And I got too much. I got too much stuff. I got too much receipts. I got too much evidence on my phone, girl. And I probably shouldn't say that on social media, but whatever is said is done. It's finished. So, girl, I done turned over everything trying to look for this damn phone, girl. And it ain't my only one, but at the same time, it's like I got too much stuff up in here. Like I don't need this to be gone, and I probably need to go ahead and delete that other stuff. But I be having my moments of going into the past, checking on some stuff, and that's probably why my problem. I need to just move on, but I ain't moving on yet. But yeah, so girl, yeah, and I might just live to that shit gay as fuck. I just want to probably I'm probably gonna be, critiquing myself a little bit as I go on with this live because I need to get out more. And I was thinking about getting out, but at the same time, I need to rest my body and stuff like that and being amongst the people and stuff like that. But every time I be amongst the people, bitch, some go on. But anyway, so exhausted. And I'm not talking about sleepy exhausted. I'm talking about mental, physical, emotional exhaustion. And I need to just breathe and, you know, be easy on myself, be graceful for myself. So anyway, I want to get back on a dating horse. I do dating how I dated when I moved to this sham of a city. Yeah, I want to get back to dating the way I dated because I don't think it was anything wrong with the way that I dated. You know, all this extra other stuff talking about heteronormativity and all this type of stuff. That's fine and that's important to know. But I feel like the way I was dating, there was nothing wrong with it when I moved to this town. What I'm talking about dating, and I'm just say specific gay dating because we may not date the way straights date. Let's go ahead and say it. Let me go ahead and say it just because this is YouTube. Because straight people were able to be chaperoned. It was normal is normal. So like that, y'all was able to find out y'all likes, y'all dislikes, y'all was able to go to the prom together, y'all was able to, grow and mature yourself as far as dating. When queer people get out here and dates, it's like a circus because it's not seen as normal or it's unnatural and all this type of stuff. When y'all don't even look at nature, there are animals that fuck each other the same sex. I told this to some black people. I told this to not just black people, other people. Shit, just telling them other race of people that girl, y'all be talking about unnatural, but don't even look at nature. Like these dogs, for example, this mother, she gets fucked. She gets screwed by plenty of other male escorts. She gets pounded, she get gang banged, girl. And then everybody's pup is everybody else's pup. But then these two males can screw each other and she ain't worried about it. She ain't trying to put them on child support. She ain't talking about, oh, you gay son of a. She ain't talking about none of that. The female ain't even studying that. And they fuck each other and go on by be each other business. Y'all so worried about, oh, it's unnatural because you can't get pregnant, this type of stuff. Who gives a damn? You did, so y'all added to the population. If y'all want to look in Genesis and talk about some be fruitful and multiply, it ain't say nothing about love, ain't say nothing about getting married, ain't saying nothing about nothing. This has been made stuff. It's got creatures out there that don't need to be penetrated in order to multiply. Y'all don't really be looking at nature like y'all be saying. Y'all don't be looking at the shit. Y'all just saying shit out y'all ass just because. Somebody done told you something. And it gets weird to the point where why are you really concerned about what's going on in somebody else? If it ain't your man, if it ain't your wife, it ain't your situation, then why are you so concerned? People leave. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about it, but y'all want to talk about everything else. Like y'all religious people, it's okay. It's not. It's okay to condemn, but it's okay for us to come to your church and give you $1 though, to give you some of our coinage though. But y'all don't want to talk about the real shit. And truth be told, homosexuality is not the only abomination. That's y'all want us to believe that homosexuality is the only abomination when there is plenty of other abominations. And I don't see how women read that Bible when there was no female disciple. I'm just speaking facts. I ain't afraid to say. It was no female disciple. The Bible was sexist. The woman is just subservient. Mary had Jesus. Ain't nobody say anything else about her. But ain't nobody talk about the pedophilia behind it, because that girl was 13, 14 years old. What the hell she doing with Joseph old ass? And Joseph, ain't nobody want to get into it. Joseph was already had previously had children before he met Mary. So we don't want to talk about that. Joseph, and I mean, people don't even know his damn last name and don't even know Jesus Christ's mama name, last name, her maiden name. Let's talk about the shit. Why we talking about everybody else's life? Luke, James, Luke Skywalker, all them other people. Why we ain't talk about the main part, the main people we supposed to be talking about, and one ain't a person, spirit or whatever. It's supreme being and Jesus. Why we talking about everybody else's life? All this shenanigans, calling on the book of this book, Isaiah, how Tyler Perry be doing with Medea to cast out demons, bitch, they can't even save themselves. So how the fuck you calling a damn all the shenanigans? I be over it. The theatrics, I be over it. He was a pedophile, but people don't want to talk about pedophilia. They try to put pedophilia as if homosexuals are pedophiles. Now that may be true to an extent, for meaning that it's not a sex. The person is a predator. A man messing with a child, whether it's a boy or a girl, or a hermaphrodite, also known as intersex, that's a predator. A predator. Preying on the weak, preying on something that's defenseless, preying on something, stealing innocence. That's a predator. And truth be told, that happens more with straight presenting people than gay presenting people, than queer folk. But nobody want to talk about that. And I wasn't even gonna go there. But how things is going, and with the Trump administration and people have voted for Trump or whatever to get rid of us homosexuals, and especially to the black people that voted for him, trying to get rid of us, thinking that it just took Martin Luther King. Bitch, he coming for y'all ass too. Y'all going under to meet you at the concentration camp, bitch. Y'all voted against y'all self, but nobody want to talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk about that stuff. Y'all don't want to talk about the real shit. But anyway, any fucking way. But I'm gonna get back on it because I'm sick of the bull. I'm sick of the bullshit. I am. But yes, gay people were not able to date how straight people date because it's not normalized. We don't have books or represent, especially black queers, don't have enough representation to enough black queer love to really look at and be like, okay, this is how I date. This is how I can mature. This is how I can find out what I like and dislike. Because you go through people, as we should, especially when you're single, go through people trying to find out the perfect match for you, not for society, what society deems a perfect match for you. Was who you lay down with for the rest of your life, whether it's a life partner or you choose to hook up for the rest of your life because you know that's not your thing, you're not monogamous. That's fine. That's fine. You look for what's perfect for you, not perfect for every damn bitch else, because you ain't gonna lay with everybody else unless that's what you choose to do. Now, gay people, queer people, that's why I be wanting more great queer people to follow me. And I follow back because I'm like, I can be checked and I can be learn something. Because every day we live, we learn something new. Hopefully. We're always going to be a student. And I try to operate like that as a student learning because I love to learn. And I'm a Sagittarius too. Team Sagittarius, bitch. Such a terrorist if I have to be. If I have to be such a terrorist and cuss a bitch out and read them to the floor, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I'm not beneath that. And I'm not beneath doing that. But I try to lead with love and light. And hopefully people around me would do so too. But queer people, queer, black queer, I really want to talk to y'all too. Like queer people. And it's not just about gay, straight, whatever. Anybody is welcome to my page. But just come correct. Just be cool. Because this world just ain't for you. It's for everybody that's operating this world. We were all born in this world, so we all are entitled to a piece of it. That's how I feel. Ain't none of us asked to be here. We're here. So we have to be mindful of each other. Nobody really care about respect, but on my page, on my live, on my channel, it's going to be some of that. So don't be afraid to get in here. Don't be afraid to come into my live. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Don't be afraid to do nothing. Like, it's okay. Like, feel free, whether it's a bad comment or not. Thank you for the view. I appreciate the trolls, everybody that come in. Okay. So, and I'm also an artist. Let me just say that before I get back into what I was saying. I'm also an artist. I have the artist symbol. So the reason why I'm an artist is because I sing. I make music. I love music. At the end of the day, I'm an artist and I am definitely entertaining. So if you want good music, go listen to my music and subscribe. Share. It's okay. I'm not asking for no money. But if you have the coin and you're wealthy, 25 cents matters. So if you want some good music, go listen to my music. I got to have a newer song called Ride. And that's definitely for the queers. Because we need music for us, by us. So do that. So everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome to my channel. So anyway, back to what I was saying, boots. Girl, gay people have not, especially black gay people, because I say that because a lot of things we're learning or open our eyes to, it took too long to open our eyes. We're still in a woke era. People are still asleep though. Sleepwalking. People are still sleepwalking, and we trying. It's sometimes they be telling us not to wake nobody sleepwalking up. Fuck that. Wake that bitch up because the sleep is done. Okay, wake that bitch up. Because bitch, you can't be operating like that. Like wake the fuck up because everybody is here. Everybody is here. All the sinners are here. Whatever. So anyway, black gay people definitely were not able to date. A lot of us, especially if you was born in the South, the dirty South, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, if you were in the dirty South, then you understand where I'm coming from. Mississippi is a Republican. Girl, it was red all over. It was no blue mark nowhere. Okay, and I get it. A lot of this ain't even for us, even on this, back to, the Democratic Party, like all these parties, none of this shit is really for us blacks. Okay. If we're being totally fucking honest. But I'm not trying to talk about political stuff because I really don't talk about political stuff, but it ties in. But anyway, black gay people, black queer people, we were not able to date like straight people. A lot of us. Some of us, it's not enough to say because it's not normal, like normalized. We weren't able to go be like, oh, I like him. Because if you like me, attraction came first. I was attracted to the same sex. I knew I liked boys when I was 9. I knew. I knew I liked boys when I was 9, people. I knew I liked boys when I was 9. I knew I was attracted to the same sex when I was 9 years old. I know how y'all like to play with yourself as adults and tell a child that you don't know what you want, you confused. But that boy, that same boy that is 9 years old that like girls, he's not confused. But the one that knows he like boys is confused. Y'all do that. Y'all do that to the children. Y'all make them feel away. Y'all be their first bully. Hello, a lot of y'all parents be y'all queer child's first bully, telling them that they are confused. Ain't nobody confused but you. And you not confused. You just worry about what people gonna say. You make it about you. That's why a lot of these kids be afraid to tell you what's going on with them. I'm not your friend. I'm your parent. Bitch, if you're not their friend, you definitely gonna be their bully, their enemy. So pick a side, hoe. A lot of y'all parents be y'all children's first. But let's talk about it. And a lot of y'all ain't gonna stay in here because y'all be like, he don't know what he's talking about, bitch. This come from experience. Experience. A lot of y'all parents should not be parents if you're not gonna love your child unconditionally. And I'm not talking about perfect. None of us perfect. But if you're willing to try to be a decent human being, if you ain't gonna stand, you will stand 10 toes behind that your husband. You can't stand 10 toes behind your children, regardless of their sexuality. Because at the end of the day, you don't control who they're going to love at the end of the day. Whether it be someone that has characteristics of being a narcissist, someone that's gonna beat on it, or whatever. Hopefully, you at the end of the day, you want your child to have someone when they grow up that loves them for them, whether it's a man, woman, whatever. Hello? Hello? Parents. Because a lot of y'all be like, you don't tell me how to raise my child. What are you? What? This is from experience. This is not projecting because a lot of children are afraid to tell their parents for the sake of, especially black kids. Black kids out here definitely be afraid to tell their parents, especially if their parents are religious. Don't want to tell their because they see how they talk about they gay friend. All they see is their gay friend is doing their hair, makeup, being their stylist. As soon as they walk out the door, oh, they faggot, they gay, you know, being a fake ass bitch. And be afraid. Be afraid to. And then we got people like Lil Boosie, you know, that thinks like him. I don't know what he's been doing lately because he's been very quiet. You know, feeling like it's okay to put grown men, especially if there are boys. Cause we ain't gonna nobody want to talk about the double standard. Let me not talk about that right now. Cause I don't want to pivot. There is such thing as black queer kids. So I gotta say this too. When it comes to ethnicity, race, or whatever, white people are more comfortable with their sexuality than black, more accepting of their sexuality than black, more free to do so. Let's just talk about it. Because we're talking about queer dating and how it's different for, especially when it comes to race. It is. White men, they can be cuckold. I know if y'all grown, y'all seen the porn. If it's cuckold, meaning a man, you know, white man love his wife to get tore up by some BBC and he watch, or he may, I don't know how old. I mean, I put the live on no kids, so y'all should be grown. Seeing how, you know, they love to be tore down. They love to see their wives be tore down and then probably drink the milk of the black king. Because black skin is dominant. Let's just tell the truth. Black skin is dominant. Our skin is valuable. Our blood is valuable. So I ain't never gonna let nobody be like, I'll be like black king, black queen, and they be like, ain't no but not black kings, black king. Guess the fuck there was, bitch. Egypt. pharaohs, all that type of stuff, everything. It started with us. So let's not even get on. We can get on that, honestly. But anyway, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is Black queer dating and how it is different. Why we end up dating and we up here, our dating lives is a circus because we wasn't able to grow up the same way as our heterosexual counterparts because they were able to date, they were able to see what they like and dislike, they were able to go to the prom together, they was able to have these crushes out loud. What we, a lot of us, were dealing with down low. Man, we was up here in the closets, we was up here in the valleys, the alleys, and we was up there, in the bathroom stalls, me in particular. We was all that, and it was cute. It was like what it was for then. But then a bitch didn't want to do that for the rest of her life, being in the stall sucking these men up. Like I didn't want to do that. No, I mean I did want to do that, but I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. Being in being a secret for the rest of my, because at a point when you are living your truth, you want to be able to have the white picket fence and all that type of stuff, and that may fall into heteronormativity, but at the same time, bitch, at the end of the day, a lot of the goal is to probably be married one day, to have a family, to have the home, have all that stuff, whether it's gay or straight. So at the end of the day, what's for you should be for you, and it should be. You never have to waste a second time. I'm the one for you. You're the one for me. So there's no doubt in my mind. No. Let me see. What else am I get? But it's all we have is us and me. Oh, yes, it is. That's why I'll never go nowhere. No. See if I gotta get something else in here. Nah. I'm gonna come back on later, y'all.